Today on BNI Mid-America TV, it's the Notable Networker Show. These BNI members have been nominated by their peers for doing amazing things, reaching big accomplishments, and actively displaying the giver's gain philosophy. Listen as they share their golden nuggets for networking success. And now your host, Marcy Cascio-Hale.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to BNI Mid-America TV. This is the Notable Networker Show, and my name is Marcy Cascio-Hale. I am going to be hosting this segment, and today I have with me Jason Brunaugh. Jason is part of the Riverbend Business Partners BNI chapter, and they meet on Wednesdays from 11:15 to 1. He is currently the vice president, way to go, and he is also a general building contractor with Brunaugh Construction and Design, LLC. So I just want to thank you right now for hanging out with us, Jason. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having us. We really appreciate being here and the opportunity.
Well, as somebody who's been recommended as a notable networker, we had to get you on the show. So first, I want to go ahead and talk about your business. Can you just let us know what you do and how you do it?
Sure, be happy to. So Brunaugh Construction and Design, I am the owner of the company, and I started it in 2014. We are a building general contractor. So anything to do with your home, residence, your commercial building, anything to do with your building is something that we try to help people with. We do remodeling, new construction, insurance restoration, interior and exterior. So in the truest form of the word general, we are a general contractor. That means we'll assess any project from custom to architectural to just repair, and anything we can do to help people with their building is something we look at doing for them.
That is so cool. So you take a job from conception to fruition. Am I understanding that right?
Yeah, we really try to explain and separate what is a general contractor and what is different from a general contractor and just a carpentry company. Mm-hmm. And that is the construction management. So we're doing larger projects, not your handyman type projects or installing just one aspect for carpentry. We need to be able to manage the entire project where you would have multiple trades, electricians, plumbers, drywallers, heating and cooling, carpentry, pretty much anything from start to finish where it takes more than just one crew coming in and installing a product, but actual construction management where we're going to look at the entire project from the top down and schedule it, keep it in budget, communicate with all the parties involved and make sure that it's a successful project. Our motto, what I use for our sales manager moment, is making your project painless. And that's truly what we try to do, is separate us from our competition in that the horror stories that you hear about renovations and construction, oh, it's going to take too long. They're never going to call you back. It's going to be over budget. It's going to be more than they said. And those are the things that keep people from really hiring us to do projects for them. And we eliminate all that. We truly do make your project painless.
So would you say that that's what sets you apart from the competition, is the ability to handle that kind of communication and mm-hmm. working?
I think it's some simple things that we do. And one is, a lot of just great customer service, and everybody says that about their business, but it's something that a lot of people don't do, and especially in my industry. You may have a great carpenter that knows nothing about communication, nothing about customer service, and what it takes to really understand their client and find out what they need to do. Every project we do is different. So it's not like we're making the same widget time and time again. Mm-hmm. Every project is different, every customer is different. And so you really have to dig in and find out what their needs are and the best way to serve them.
That is, and the word I'm going to use is amazing, because as you said, that communication aspect and organizing all of those contractors who might not necessarily have huge amounts of people or scheduling skills to get the job done, that takes so much off of the homeowner or business owner so that they give you the drama and you just make it all okay. So
yeah, we're not going to call you and say our electrician's going to show up tomorrow please let them in and tell them what they're supposed to be doing. We're actually doing our job. We're any new person that would come to your home or your building to do work, we meet them there. If it's our crew of guys that's doing some of the things that we're self-performing, we're showing up and actually managing those men. We're not just sending the group of people out there and have them figure it out and ask the homeowner all the questions. We're actually doing the project management that's required and that somebody expects when you hire a general contractor.
So in my head, I'm seeing your superpower is the project management aspect. You have all these talented people, but the project management takes the headache and the pain, as you say, out of the consumer. And that is far and above anything that a single contractor can do.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, we're the client, the building owner or the homeowner for their home. They have one point of contact, and that's our project manager. From the estimate all the way through the end of the job, we're not having them call multiple people. So there's a project manager that is responsible for your project and that is in charge of everything that's going on, whether it's materials, subcontractors, design, anything to do with your project. That's your one point of contact. And the warranty is with us as well. If you're hiring a general contractor and there's an issue with your toilet, you call us and we're not going to tell you, well, you need to call the plumber. He's the one who installed it. You hired us to manage the entire project. So the warranty is with us. So we're actually going to call the people and investigate the problem because there are potential problems through the years and maintenance things that could happen, so that we come out and help you with that, determine if it's a warranty claim, if it's maintenance, if it's product. But again, we're that one point of contact. We're not just, giving you a 1-800 number and say, you deal with it.
I'm giving you a heart. That is wonderful and so comforting to a consumer, especially somebody who's looking at having her bathroom or kitchen done.
Mm-hmm.
That's wonderful. So I wanted to talk with you a little bit about being nominated for, being nominated for Notable Networker. I want to give you some of the feedback that I received about you, Jason, because I did hear some amazing things. Jason has a big heart and is always working to help others. BNI comes naturally to him and is always, I don't even know what that statement is. BNI comes naturally to him because he is always helping others. He is always promoting other businesses and other individuals. And so how does it make you feel that other people are watching what you do and are paying attention and seeing what you're doing?
It makes me blush a little bit because that's not something that we get a lot in my industry. We don't get a lot of attaboys. We're a bunch of men going out and doing a bunch of construction work. So, it's just about the next project and getting it done. But, it makes me feel like we're doing the right thing. That's, I think, most of all is what I talk about each day with my team and my men in the field is paying off and it's working. So that's great. That's what I would hope people would say about us. And, that makes me feel good. I appreciate those comments.
I love that I made you blush.
For sure you did. Thank you.
That's wonderful. I can check something off my list today. That's great. So well, I don't even want to ask you that question. I want to, because you already said it made you blush. And so I don't want to,
okay.
I don't want to go that route. But so we've talked a little bit about giver's gain. And as anybody that knows BNI, our main motto is giver's gain. What does that mean to you?
Mm-hmm. I think it's a pretty clear, easy to understand statement. So when visitors come to BNI, and maybe it's your first BNI meeting, and that's something that the president's talking about through his slides and through the meeting, doesn't need much explanation. It's pretty clear. And I think when you're in BNI and you've put effort into it and actually following the system, you see that that's probably one of the key points to it, is if you put effort into it, into listening and helping others, you'll get it back tenfold. And it's really a true statement that I see has worked. And it's easy for me to sell BNI to a visitor or to talk about BNI to a visitor or somebody that I know in my professional day to day, is that it does work. If you're the right person, if you're really going to believe and follow the system, it will work for you, and you will get a lot of gain for the time that you put into it.
So that leads me into another question. Can you tell us how BNI has helped your business? How has it affected your business?
Sure. I knew some of the people already in our group. That's how I got introduced to the group. And I was not a fan of BNI when I was getting invited by other chapters. It really wasn't something that really, just the first time I saw it was like, oh, I need to get involved in that. It was something that one of my better friends, childhood friends, that's our now president with me this year, Chris Irwin at State Farm. He said, this is a good group, and I think you'll be a great fit for it. And he kind of knew already, I think, that I would be, because of my personality, I would jump right in. And if I committed to it, he knew that I would be a good member. And already in a short period of time, it has, I mean, the amount of referrals or thank you for closed business that I've given, I've gotten back at least 4 times as much. And that's not because of how much I'm giving. It's just the people over the time really have developed a friendship with me, that we're in the group together, a trust with me. And after I've done a job or two for somebody they've referred to, I've taken very good care of them. They get nothing but, great reports back on anything we've done. So me giving to them and earning their trust is now paying back to me, 4 times.
Wow. And so how long have you been in BNI?
A year and a half.
A year and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Those are wonderful results. And I like the fact that you hit on that, talked about people that have used you for their construction needs have had such amazing positive results. And so therefore your referral partners are more than willing to refer you over and over and over again. And one of my favorite things about BNI is the ability to build relationships and build on those relationships. And the fact that you can build on those relationships over and over again, strengthening them, it's paramount to the referral process, because, and we talk about VCP, the visibility, credibility, profitability. You've been visible by showing up to meetings. You earn your credibility by showing up and doing superior, excellent work. And that again leads to that profitability. So the proof's in the pudding is what my grandma always said. The proof's in the pudding. So I think that's a wonderful example of how BNI has worked for you.
The attendance is huge. That's something that's it's stressed in everything that you go through with your Passport to Success, and then with your Palms report. It's one of the most important parts of BNI. If you're not there every week, you don't have time to develop that trust level. It's not so that somebody can hear the same sales pitch or sales manager moment every week. That's not what's selling somebody. It's that you're there, you're showing up, you're caring about their business as well. And so that if you follow the system, it will work for you.
And that brings up another point, is showing up. G.I. Joe says showing up is what, 90%, whatever it is. But the fact that you're showing up, you show up prepared, ready to go, and you are invested. And I don't mean financially, but you are invested in the meeting. You're paying attention, you're listening, you're taking notes. And that is what helps your credibility or hurts your credibility as a member. If you are in the meeting, and when I say in the meeting, I mean in the meeting, paying attention and doing what needs to be done during the meeting, that builds your credibility to where people are like, that's Jason. He's here. I see him every week. He's prepared. He knows what he's doing. He's listening. He's trying. He's doing the one-to-ones. So showing up and being prepared is, to me, What percentage do you think that is in your success at BNI, showing up and being prepared?
Well, it's probably the most important part of being an active and good member and getting something back. That return on investment from BNI it starts with that. If you don't do that, you can't succeed in BNI. You have to show up on a very consistent basis and be an active member. Just by showing up, you're being an active member. So it's the easiest part and it's the hardest part.
Yes. So, in terms of golden nuggets, would you say that's your golden nugget, or do you have another golden nugget?
A golden nugget for BNI, and I think this probably even more than just BNI, is be yourself. So when you're in BNI and you're in your meetings, it's not a sales pitch. You're not a salesman. That's not what you're trying to do every week. They call it the sales manager's moment, but you're not giving a sales pitch to the people in the room. The more that you just are yourself and let down your guard and truly start becoming friends and partners with these people, the more success that you're going to get from that. And if you go in there as a salesman trying to sell people in the room, it's not going to work. So I would just say be yourself, and that'll follow into being trustworthy and honest in your talks and your sales manager's moment. And I think that'll pay off in a big way for you.
Being real and authentic, I think, is the key to so many things in life. Mm-hmm. Because if you're not yourself, people don't know who you are. And that seems very obvious. But if people don't know who you are, how do they trust you?
And they don't know how to help you.
Yes. And with you bring up a good point with your sales manager moment is you're not selling to people in the room. You are training those people in the room to help sell you to their network. Mm-hmm. So it is a shift in perspective when you walk in the room as somebody who's never been in a meeting before and you hear sales manager moment mm-hmm. to a member who understands you're training your sales force to sell for you. I love that. Excuse me. I know we're getting close to time, but I do want to talk to you about your biggest BNI win, because the experiences and examples and success stories, I think, are what people really want to hear. So can you share with us what your biggest BNI win is?
My biggest BNI win is not financial. And so growing up and through high school, college, in my early years, hated being a public speaker. Still would have anxiety about it today, but over the years have developed, it's become much easier, not because of experience, because of the passion that I have in my own company. And so my biggest win for BNI is probably getting over a lot of those fears from, being nervous about your first sales manager moment, your first keynote speech, to now just coming in and it's not even a question or an issue or a fear. Becoming a better public speaker for things like this and for my nonprofit that we do and radio interviews. I would say that's a big win, and the relationships that I've developed. We're a small group, so we're only about 13 members right now, mm-hmm. But all 13 I have great relationships with, and I would say they're all my friends. And so that's a huge win for me in a year and a half to have established, 13 more friends and business professionals in our area that's grown my network.
I love that you said it wasn't financial, because one of my favorite things about BNI is the education. Mm-hmm. And I know, and especially hearing your story, a year and a half ago, you joined BNI and you were not a fan of public speaking. And now here you are, a year and a half later, you're the vice president. You stand up in front of your room every week, giving them reports, and you have 13 friends, and now 14, because I'm going to count you as one of them.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I agree.
So I think that's definitely one of the most original, excuse me, the most original and most notable things about BNI is the fact that it changes you as a person to become a better person, more educated, and more comfortable doing things that were way outside your comfort zone.
Sure. For sure. Seeing new members come in and talk about that anxiety, or you can see it on their face when it's going around the room, but over time that goes away. And then you know that they're more comfortable and trustworthy, or not trustworthy, but in trusting in you, because they can now open up and they don't have to have that anxiety anymore.
Yes. And I'm going to tell a story. We had a young lady come into our chapter, and when she came, she wrote her sales manager moment, and she was shaking, and she would read it. And it was such a transformation to see how she would grow, which was weekly. And she would get to a point. She was our education coordinator, and she stood up for 3 minutes every week to teach us something about networking and about doing the BNI system better so that we could help our business.
Yeah, just think of how much that helps somebody in their business, not from a referral, but just when they get more comfortable speaking to people and talking about their business. You're going to show more confidence in yourself when you're in somebody's home. For me, selling a job to somebody, that's obviously going to help and give you a higher rate of return on how many jobs that you're winning from your estimates. You're going to be more confident than your competitors. You're going to speak better about your business, and it's just a win-win. It's definitely a plus.
Spot on. Hashtag spot on. So, as we wind down our time together today, Jason, is there any final thought that you want to share with our audience?
I think I'll go back to just being yourself. That's what I'd like to share with everybody is be willing to help and be yourself and let your heart guide what you're doing. And you'll find over time in doing that, when you're not focusing on yourself all the time, your life's going to turn around and things are going to start improving for you. So just go out there, help each other, and be yourself.
I love that. Thank you so much, Jason. And for anybody who wants more information on Jason and his business, just hit the show notes, because we are going to put your link to your website so that anybody who wants to get a hold of you can get a hold of you. And I do want to thank you for being on our Notable Networker show. It is wonderful to see and to hear about people's positive stories and how everybody else is perceiving what you're doing. I think one of the quotes I've heard is the true character of an individual is what they do when nobody's looking. And it is clear that you are one of those amazing individuals who walks the walk and not just talk the talk. So thank you for your time today, Jason. And I want to thank everybody for tuning in with us today for the Notable Networker show on BNI Mid-America TV. Check us out on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and probably any other social media platform that you can think of, because that's where we'll be. And if you know a notable networker, leave the information in the show notes or reach out to me and let me know. But thank you for your time and have a great day.
Thank you, Marcy. You got me to blush twice.
Woo! I love it. Thanks so much, Jason.
Thank you.
For more information on how BNI can help you build your business, book your complimentary consultation with Virginia Moosekeese at discoverbnimitamerica.com. BNI Mid-America TV is brought to you by the Bergman Insurance Group, your trusted source for Medicare information, education, and enrollment. Be sure to check out the show notes for additional information on how to contact today's host or guest about their business, and thanks for watching.